Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel English Carnival, a journey of learning with joy. Friends, in today's video we are going to discuss the most important part of English language and grammar as well, and that is tense. Friends, but before we proceed, I request you to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you may get the notifications of uploaded videos in coming days. Friends, as far as tense is concerned, we have been dealing with this most crucial part of English language and grammar since our childhood. But just building the vocabulary and having fluency with communicative approach is not enough. Friends, without understanding tenses or without having a sound command over this part of English language or grammar, it seems very much difficult to write, understand and speak correct English. So friends, without wasting much time, let's see what exactly the tense is in brief. Let's start. Friends, in English language there are three tenses, and those are present, past and future. In each these we have four different aspects or its subtenses, and those are simple, continuous or progressive, perfect and perfect continuous. Friends, the basic structure of each aspect has been given and highlighted the same with red color in the slide you are watching. Friends, let's begin with the present tense and see what does present tense mean and how does it work. So the basic structure of simple present tense is subject V1 plus object. Friends, there are certain situations in which we are supposed to make use of this tense, or sentences should be composed in this tense. At first we have this tense is used to express the universal or eternal truths, and we have the examples: the sun rises in the east and hard work leads to success. Friends, in these two examples, the V1 or the stem or the base form of the verb carry yes suffix with the verbs like rise and lead. Second situation, we have this tense is used to express the present truth. The examples are: Mumbai is the business capital. My brother works in software industry. The third situation, we have this tense is used to point out the habitual activities or habitual actions that we perform regularly. We have the examples: he wakes up at 6 a.m. every morning. Usually, his typist types his letters. The third situations, we have this tense is used to describe action which is in progress, and the example is Wasim bowls and Sachin hits the ball. The next situation we have, it is used to describe the object, place and people, and the example is a cooker is a metal vessel. And the second example of this situation is the new car has 3 cylinders. The last situation is this tense is used to express exclamatory sentence or sentences. In the examples we have, here comes the bus, how well he plays. So friends, after this we have to see the second aspect of present tense, and that is present continuous tense. And the structure of this tense or present continuous or progressive tense is subject, am, is, are. These are the forms of be, or we can call them as auxiliary or helping verb, plus base stem or first form of the verb, plus ing and object. Friends, in this tense, the main verb is used in the progressive form, and some forms of the verb that just I have told you, that is be or auxiliary verbs, are used before the main verb in the sentence. Friends, here also there are certain situations in which we are supposed to make use of this tense, and those typical situations are when action is in progress. If we are watching the action, we are the witness of that particular action, and then action is going on, then we are supposed to make use of this tense. For example, they are playing on the ground and you are watching them. So here the use of are, this is the forms of be, main verb that is play, which is there with ing form, and the rest of the part of the sentence. The second example is also the same. The bowler is getting ready to bowl. The second situation we have, this tense is used to point out the temporary action, and the examples are Rahul is working in Pune. It means he is not going to be there forever. The second example, the president is delivering his address. The third situation we have, in certain situations, this aspect of present tense is used to point out the future actions as well. And the examples are, I am starting a new business. It means that business is going to be started by someone in coming days. The second example we have, Raju is going to buy a new bike. So here going to indicates that that particular action of buying a bike is going to take place in future. Friends, the next type we have is present perfect tense, and the structure of this present perfect tense is subject plus have or has plus third form of verb and object. Friends, here we need to understand that as far as this tense is concerned, this is used to express the action or activity which is just completed in the past, but the completed action or activity has still its relevance or impression with the present moment where we are talking about that particular action. Friends, here in this tense, the word perfect tells us the action that is completed, and the word present shows its relevance of the completed action with the present moment. In this tense, the focus is given on the completed action and its result, and there is no relevance of the time at all. So here, friends, we need to understand three examples which are given over here. The first one, he has read War and Peace. I have been to Delhi. They have just discussed it with him. So here, friends, as far as these three examples are concerned, we do not have any specific idea as far as time is concerned when we try to understand or look towards these three typical examples of present perfect tense. Friends, after this we have present perfect continuous tense, and the structure of this tense is subject have or has plus been plus first form with ing, that is verb, and object. So the here, as far as this present perfect continuous tense is concerned, this tense is nothing but the combination of the present perfect and perfect continuous or progressive tense. Here we have the example, that is Ajay has been teaching in this institute since 16th of August 2009. So friends, here with the help of this example, we can understand the activity of teaching which has been started in the past, continued in the past, and still at the time of speaking, that action of teaching is going on. And here a particular moment time has been mentioned or date has been mentioned, and so for that reason we have used since over there. Friends, we have one more example, that Ajay has been playing cricket for the last 2 hours. So here, with the help of this example, or this example tells us that the action of playing cricket by Ajay is going on, or it was there where Ajay played cricket for 2 hours. Friends, after this we have the past tense where The past tense is used to refer to or it refers an action or activity or event that took place sometime in the past before the moment of speaking or particular speaker thinks so that this action took place in the past. Friends, here this tense takes the structure that is subject plus second form of the verb and object. Here also, friends, we have certain situations in which this tense is used or we are expected to make use of the sentences of this particular tense, that is simple past tense. So here, friends, the first situation we have that action took place in the past. For example, he played in the match yesterday. He drove to Mumbai last week. These two examples rightly show us its relevance with the past with the help of the second form of the verb, and those are played and drove. The second situation we have, this tense is used to point out a particular or single action. Here we have the example, the postman delivered the letter in this morning. After that we have, as we had in simple present tense, so this tense is also used to point out the habitual actions took place in the past. For example, Raj played cricket when he was in school. I walked to school regularly when I was a child. So these two are the examples of habitual actions. Friends, here we need to understand the difference between present perfect tense and simple past tense, and that difference can be clarified with the help of these two given examples. Friends, the first example we have, he read the book in 2018, which is in simple past tense, and the other example, he has read the book and can talk to us about it, which is in present perfect tense. Friends, here with the help of these two examples, we can understand that the use of the simple past shows that, or simple past tense shows that the speaker merely thinks of the action as being completed. And on the other hand, the use of the present perfect tense tells us or shows us that the effect of the past action is felt at the time of speaking or present moment. Friends, after this we have the past continuous tense, and the structure of this aspect of past tense is subject plus the past form of be, those are was, were, plus first form of the verb, that is V1, with ing and object. Friends, here in this tense, the main verb is used in the progressive form or continuous form, and some past forms of the verbs that just I have told you, forms of be, was, were, are there, or we can call them as auxiliary or helping verbs as well, and those are used before the main verbs in the sentences. Friends, here also there are certain situations in which we are supposed to make use of this tense or sentences constructed in this tense, and those situations are, at first we have action progressed in the past but not now. It means, as we have seen in present continuous tense, it means we are supposed to be the witness of the action, and that particular action is supposed to be done or going on before our eyes at the time of speaking. In the same fashion, friends, here in this past continuous tense, we are supposed to talk about the action which took place in the past. Which took place in the past. The examples we have, I was watching a television. When I was watching, that I don't know, but I was watching the television in the past, maybe yesterday or before that. The second example we have, she was singing a song. So this example also tells us that the action of singing took place in the past. After this, we have another situation in which overlapping of time of action performed in the past. And to point out this, we make use of the sentences constructed in this aspect of past tense, that is past continuous tense. Friends, we have examples over here. I was eating an apple when my friend telephoned. It means the action of telephone, or the action of the ring of that particular telephone, and the action of eating an apple were going on. The second example, my mother was preparing a meal when my father arrived. It means the action of arriving father and preparing meal by mother, both the actions were going on at the same time. Friends, the third situation we have, that is used to show different actions in the past. It means it also used to point out different actions which took place at the same time in the past. We have the example, at 9 p.m. last night I was reading a book while my cousin was cooking some rice. So with the help of these three typical situations, we can rightly understand the function of past continuous tense. Friends, after this, we have the next type or aspect, that is past perfect tense, and the structure of this past perfect tense is subject plus had plus third form of the verb and object. Friends, here the past perfect tense consists of the helping verb, that is had, which is followed by third form of the verb or V3. We have the example, friends. When I met my friend in the canteen yesterday, he had eaten his lunch. So here, friends, the word had and the another word eaten. So here had is a helping verb and eaten is the third form of the verb or the base form, that is eat. So friends, here in this example, the first highlighted verb, that is mate, is in simple past, whereas the second one, that is had plus eaten, it is in past perfect tense. Friends, besides, as far as past perfect tense is concerned, this tense is used to show a particular sequence or chronology of the events took place in the past as well. Friends, here, if we are talking about the number of events took place in the past and willing to point out the sequence of those events, then that time we are supposed to make use of this tense or the aspect of this tense, which is past perfect tense. Friends, here we have some examples as after I had read the newspaper, I completed the homework. Another two examples I have deliberately given here, and those are when I arrived at the office yesterday, the meeting began. This sentence is in simple past tense, whereas the another example, when I arrived at the office yesterday, the meeting had begun. So, friends, here in the first sentence, which is in simple past, suggests that the two actions may have happened simultaneously. That is, arriving at the office and beginning of the meeting. Whereas the second example clearly tells us that one action happened earlier than the other one. After this, friends, we have past perfect continuous tense. And here, the past perfect continuous tense is all about the action started in the past, continued in the past, and completed in the past itself. Here we have some examples of this past perfect continuous tense, and those are I had been living in Delhi. Another example, I had been living in Delhi before I moved to Pune. So, friends, beside these two examples, we have some typical examples or some typical situations where or in which the usage of this past perfect continuous tense occurs. So, at first, when we try to point out happenings or when we talk about happenings took place in the past, that time we can make use of this tense. For example, It had been raining all month. It means the movement or activity of raining was going on for entire month. And so for that reason, we are supposed to make use of as had been raining. Second situation in which happening before another event, as just we have talked about the chronology or sequence of the event, and in the same fashion we are supposed to deal with this example. Another situation in which happening plus time span or duration. Here we had the example Shivam had been working on the project for the 8 months. It means the span, when we talk about a particular span or duration, that time we are supposed to make use of had plus been plus main verb with ing. Another situation in which happening with regularity or consistency. Here we have an example. Shran Kumar had been going to school or had been going to the school regularly. So friends, with the help of all these examples, we can understand the usage of past perfect continuous tense in our day-to-day life. Friends, after this we have future tense, and the first aspect of future tense, that is simple future tense. The structure of this tense, that of course shall or will with the first form of the verb. Friends, this tense is used to talk about the future activity or action, and it should be started with shall or will, and it has to be gone with the first form of the verb. For example, I shall come even if it rains. He will join us. So these are the examples of this simple future tense. The second aspect is future continuous tense. So friends, the structure of this tense, future continuous tense, is shall or will plus be plus first form of the verb or stem or base. It should be with ing. For example, he will be having a nap in the noon. We shall be visiting Pune on Monday. So these two examples rightly show us the usage of future continuous tense with the construction shall or will with be plus first form with ing. After that, we have another aspect of future tense, and that is future perfect tense. And the structure of this future perfect tense is shall or will plus have plus third form of verb. For example, friends, the zoo will have closed by the time we get there. Raj will have left when we arrive there. So these are the example of future perfect tense. So friends, as far as future perfect tense is concerned, it's all about a particular action which is supposed to be started in the future, that will be continued for certain span of time and will be completed or accomplished in the future itself. After that, friends, the last part or the last aspect of future tense, that is future perfect continuous tense, and the structure of this tense is shall or will plus have plus been plus first form of the verb, and that should be with ing. We have the example, by 2020 Rajiv will have been running the school for 10 years. It means the statement has been stated right now, for example, and by December 2020, if we say Rajiv will have been running the school for 10 years, it means the duration or the life of that particular school will be 10 years in December 2020. When I see you next time, you will have been working as the manager. It means right now you are not the manager, but next time when I meet you, when I see you, that time you will be working or you will be the manager, and you will have been working as the manager in that particular company or institute or industry. Third example we have, when I turn 30, I will have been playing piano for 21 years. Friends, so all these are the examples of future perfect continuous tense, and this tense, very rarely we make use of this tense or constructions constructed under this aspect of future tense. Friends, thank you for watching the video on tense and its different aspects. Friends, I'm sure you have liked the video, you have understood what exactly the tense is and what are its different aspects. Friends, if you have really liked the video, then I request you to like it, share it among your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed yet, so that you will get the notifications of uploaded videos in coming days. Friends, so today we are going to stop here, but I ensure you that in next video part 2 I'll come up with detailed exploration on every tense and its aspects. So friends, till then, just take care of yourself and be happy. Thank you.